So I've got something I've kind of had rolling around in my head for years now, and I think I finally need to get it off my chest. We teach poi wrong. Hey there, Drex here from Drex Factor Poi, sharing with you the love of poi spinning and flow arts to benefit your body and brain, and I have a few words to say about how we teach the art and the impact that that has on the people who learn it. When I first learned how to spin poi back in 2008, and again when I started teaching it 2 years later using the same methods and resources that I had used myself, I started to notice a frequent set of problems emerging that held back both me and my students. And I have some ideas on how to fix them. Before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Fire Mecha, Flow Fests, Flow Toys, Juggling Calling, Pyroterror Light Toys, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all these amazing businesses and what they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links that I've got down in the description of this video. And special thanks to non-business friends of the channel, Johnny Howard, Lain Mochinsky, and Pekha Pekkonen. Thank you all so very much for your support for my work and my mission. Now, it does have to be said from the jump that there's no single accepted way to teach poi out there, but there's absolutely a kind of canon that many, if not most people, go through when they learn the prop. It tends to start with people learning plane control exercises and then graduating to weaves, butterflies, windmills, and more. And these are all great tricks and things to learn, but I think they also come with some problems built in that I'd like to dive into and work to fix. Also, if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe for more content around poi spinning and flow arts. I post regular tutorials, combos, reviews, and even video essays on the culture around poi and flow. So what's wrong with how we traditionally learn poi? Well, stop me if any of this sounds familiar to you. You've just gotten into spinning poi, and maybe you've learned a few tricks or techniques from your friends. You go to learn some more tricks online and quickly discover it's impossible to wrap your head around all of the things out there. You find some tricks you think are really cool, but the learning curve for them is nearly impossible. Or you discover months down the line that there was something you missed learning early on that seems obvious to the people around you. Now you've got to go back and learn it. Bummer. Or you learned your butterflies and weaves early on like most people, and you've just discovered the world of flowers and hybrids. So cool! But you're so used to tucking your arms close to you that you've got the accursed T-Rex arms. And worse, you're not in control of when you spin the poi, so you have to unlearn a whole bunch of your early techniques. And finally, you learned each trick in isolation and never learned good techniques for transitioning between them. You'd love to be able to flow, but you just have no idea how all these different things connect together, much less how to move or dance with them. If you fit into any of these categories, you're in good company. I did too. I've taught countless other people over the years who've run into these problems too, and I think there's a better way. So here's my goal. I want to create an online course that is built around a few key priorities. Number 1, create an intuitive structure. X trick or technique leads to Y trick or technique down the road. Create a structured learning experience to introduce people to many different techniques as early as possible. Create a clear learning track and work through tricks and techniques in an intuitive fashion to make the journey as friendly as possible to beginners and people who really need the guidance. Number 2, emphasize body movement as early as possible. There are plenty of examples of tricks that are accessible to beginners that engage their full body and can integrate with dance. I want people's flow to look and feel good as soon as possible. Number 3, teach in an integrated fashion. Learn transitions as you're learning the tricks. Build combos at every step of the journey to make the tricks and techniques you're working with feel holistic rather than separate. Those of you who are familiar with my channel may be asking, well, didn't you kind of already do this at the beginning of the pandemic with your quarantine series? And the answer is yes, I tried to. But social media isn't a great platform to do this kind of work with. For one thing, the algorithms on YouTube and Instagram are built around keeping your interest rather than building a good learning environment. Finding one of those videos doesn't mean that you'll find the others, because the platform might suggest something totally unrelated next, and we wind up right back in the territory of an unstructured learning environment. For another, tutorials on social platforms are built around triggering specific keywords, individual tricks that somebody may be looking for rather than giving people an entire course to work with. Lots of techniques involved in learning poi don't actually result in easily searchable terms. Now, all that said, I still stand by that series as having a great learning track, and I hope having introduced a lot of people to the arts. If you're curious and want to check it out, I'll leave a link down in the description or up in the cards if you're watching on YouTube. So, after a lot of consideration, I've come to the conclusion that in order to create the learning environment that I want to see, I'm going to need to create it myself. But I'm going to need your help to get there. I've already outlined what I think would be a good approach to teaching somebody poi technique starting from scratch all the way up to intermediate spinning. But I need some people to play test it. I need to see where people get stuck and whether the pieces actually line up the way that I think they do. To that end, I'm going to be teaching weekly live streaming classes starting on Tuesday, August 9th. These will be me workshopping the material in 4 or 5 week increments, and they will be available to view even after the class ends. So even if you aren't able to make the class itself during the live stream, you can still view the lesson and give me feedback on the material within it. You can sign up for this or any future online units I'll be streaming over at crowdcast.io/DrexFactorPoi. And this isn't just going to be a passive tool either. If you're present for the lesson, I can pull you up on screen and give you direct feedback if you're running into any problems. It's pretty nice. Ultimately, the plan is that once I've perfected this material, I'll use it to create a permanent course that will be available over at my learning site at learn.drexfactor.com. So if you're coming upon this video much later, you might want to check there too. I think we have the potential to bring more poi spinners into this world, and more kinds of poi spinners as well. I think we can give people better tools to navigate the frustrations of learning poi, help them get more comfortable with inhabiting their bodies, and give them the pieces they'll need for long-term success in the art, no matter how long they're a part of it. I think that this art can become more accessible, more fun, and more beautiful, and I'd like to help make that happen. Would you like to join me? I would certainly love the company. Once again, to sign up to go on this journey with me, head on over to crowdcast.io/DrexFactorPoi. I'll see y'all on there soon. Help me get more people on board for this experiment. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to help other people find this video. Tell your friends, pretty please. This video and these projects would not be possible were it not for the kind support of all of my wonderful supporters on Patreon, including these awesome folks who are signed up as my Flow patrons. They, along with the people listed down in the description, make this video and all the videos on this channel possible. Thank you one and all for your support. If, like me, you would like to see more of the world learning the potential of their brains and their bodies by spinning poi, you can support me in that mission by heading on over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and signing up. There you can get access to a host of awesome rewards, such as getting to see your name in the credits or getting a special poi lesson delivered to your inbox every week that is available only to my Patreon supporters. Go give that a look, and I hope you sign up. Thanks in advance. If you'd like to check out that playlist of tutorials I made early on in the pandemic to get a rough idea of the learning path that I'd like to take, I'll link to it down in the description as well as up on screen if you are watching on YouTube. And, of course, the algorithm also thinks that you'll like this top video. So let's see if YouTube got the hint that you want to learn some more and sends you to a tutorial, shall we? Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to get out and flow today, and I'll see you with a brand new video on Wednesday. Peace.